Everybody, Ralph Havens here, autoimmuneanswers.com. And Jen, my wife, when she was growing up, she thought she wanted to be a medical doctor. And she also thought she would be doing some sort of missionary type medical type work in Africa. She had this dream to go help people and to really be of service and do something good for people. And and then she went to college, and she went into math, and then she went into art. That was part of her degree. And then she ended up going to massage school later, and then Reiki and energy work. And she then she became a mom and started our life. And then we started doing all this wild stuff, moving from San Diego to the Pacific Northwest. And we're just one more day away from, we have one more day to sleep here. And then we moved into Bellingham for the next step of our thing. And I was thinking to this morning, as I was doing all my meditation and Qigong and matrix energetics and everything else I do, I thought, what is true healing? What is true healing? And what's that really all about? And how do you get it? And why do you want it? And so, when I was growing up, I, for some reason, I remember like junior high, even before that, I would read the Bible, and I just like study this Jesus guy, and like, wow, he did that, like healed Lazarus, and Lazarus was raised from the dead, and healed this lady and healed this guy, and all these miracles and helping people healing. And then when I was in college, I would always I was a runner, and I'd be asking other runners, when they had injuries, all about their injury, like what makes it better, what makes it worse, how does it behave, as if I even knew anything about how to help fix it up. But I was already in the mode of trying to help people get to the bottom of what was in the way of their healing. I don't even know what that was about, right? But as I was reading the Bible as a little kid and trying to figure out this healing thing and this Jesus thing, and how to access that healing stuff during the day, I remember thinking, God, I'm just so dang mean. I'm just so dang mean, so mean to my sister. And we had to work on a lot of stuff later to clear that up. And thank God my sister kept with me as I went through all my stages, and kept inviting me to Christmas and all that stuff, and kept it together. But I was dealing with so much anxiety and so much rage, and I think I really wanted to heal that. I was tired. I didn't want to like have anxiety and the sweaty hands thing especially, and there was something that was driving me. And when I think of healing, one of the things I notice is it's really important, of course, to get to the bottom of it. Like, what's it really about? What is it? What's in the way of your healing? Is it a physical thing? Is it a mental or emotional thing? Is it a spiritual pain? What is it that your body is protecting you from? And how do you get rid of that? How do you clear it so that you can heal? And there's another part that I think people don't quite get sometimes. And it's, why do you want it? Why do you want what you think you want? Whatever true healing is to you, if it's physical or some mental or emotional thing, or you just want your daughter to say, I love you, because she hasn't in the past 15 years, or you want to change a money thing so you can take care of your family, or, the way your family affects your ability to make money, or, the way your past and all the toxins you've taken in has affected you. And now you're dealing with all this anxiety and or, medical conditions, or, life's just not going right in some way. Something's gnawing at you, and you keep going down the road of taking all these classes and all this training and seeing all these healers to try to change certain things. Getting to the bottom of it, like what's it really, what's in the way is really important. But knowing why you want it is, I think, even more important, maybe more important. And the reason I feel that's important is because if you have a big enough reason why you want to clear this, why you want to get rid of stuff, why you want to do something, why you want to do something big in the world, then you can be led to the right teachers, healers, coaches, training. The stuff that you are led to can actually start to work. I think if you don't have the right why, like a big enough reason to do it, even if you're led to the right people, it might not work. It's like, it's just not that important to you. You don't know why it's important, at least. And, but if it is something where you're like, oh, this is it. Like when, one of the things that I've come to with myself is, I was raised in a place that I never really quite had a home that was right. If you look at it, I was always raised in the extra room that had the water heater, or the little side corner of an extra part of an extra room in the sitting area of a house that was just like made for put a little bed there, and who knows where my clothes were, and or put in a room with a bunch of boxes that were just part of a moving process. I was raised in a funny place, and one of the things that I noticed was my dad was trying to build a house and an office thing for my mom, but it failed. That's just the way he worked, but or didn't work. But what it was like this feeling when I was watching him start to do that, I thought, wow, we're gonna have a home, and I can have my friends over, and we're gonna have like so much fun, and we're gonna be rich, and it's gonna be like so cool. And but it was all about having a home. And so here we are going through all sorts of stages of finding our different homes. And I feel like that's my big why. Like I want to build a home for Jen and our family. It's a big enough reason for me to be led to the right teachers and coaches and healers. And for some reason, this drive to really get to what true healing is for myself and for my family, and then for what I do in the world. And for Jen, when she was, we did a few days of Qigong, very intense Qigong, quite a few years ago. And after doing it, our teacher, Ming Tong, went around and asked everybody, what did you feel? And Jen, for some reason, was on the other side of this healing circle. And she said something, and it was really quiet. And I'm like, what did she say? What did she say? And so afterwards I asked her, what did you say? What was the word you used? And she goes, it felt like home. It felt like home. And so whatever your reason for wanting to get well is, if you've got some kind of condition, or whatever your reason is to make money, or whatever your reason, the real reason, not the superficial reason. And when you start to look at that, if you were asking somebody, what's the reason? And you kept asking, why do you want that? Oh, I want it because I want to make a lot of money. Well, why do you want to make a lot of money? Well, because then I can provide for my family. Well, why do you want to provide for your family? And you keep doing this why thing with yourself like that, or with somebody else. There'll come a point, if you go far enough and really honest enough and deep enough and sincere enough, there'll come a point when you could feel it. It'll be palpable. It's one of the things I do when I do my free consults with people, to see if it's somebody that I can work with, if somebody I want to work with, somebody maybe I think I can help, and I think they can get well. I don't do it. I don't work with people that I don't think I can help. And one of the keys is to get to this point, and you can feel it, you can feel it when somebody gets to, oh, this is why you want it. You want your little girl to say, I love you. You really want a home for the first time. You really want this. When it gets to that point, you can feel it. And if you go deep enough for yourself, you can feel it. And if you ask somebody else, and like I do with my free consults, you go deep enough for that. And when it shows up, you're like, oh yeah, I want it because of this, I want it because of this, I want it because of this. No, go deeper. What is it really all about? Why do you really want that? What would it really do for you? And when you touch that, you can feel it. And when you touch that, then you can be led to the right people, the right healers, the right coaches, the right training, the right thing to do, the right decisions, the things that'll get you what you truly want. So when you think you want that big, beautiful house, that rich house by the lake, yeah, I get it. I get it. I understand wanting a home. But what is it you really want? What is it you really want? What's it really about? Now, when you can touch that, that drives a lot of action, because the stuff to get it can require some work. The stuff to get it can actually require some real work. There might be some challenges that you're led to that are very, very uncomfortable. But what if that's the training to help you get what you truly want? So if you have a big enough reason why you want it, if you can uncover that, then you can go through the challenges and go through the training and find the people and get up in the morning and do the work and keep doing the work. And then stuff can happen. One of the cool things is, as what I've noticed is, as we've gone through this process for ourselves, me and Jen, I'm realizing that if I hadn't gone through all the challenges and the hardship and had to do all this training and all this work and do stuff, I might have, I got to the point where we had a beautiful house in San Diego, beautiful house, paid off, in Mission Hills, expensive part of town, beautiful car, expensive car, sports sedan. It was great, but there was still this anxiety, this rage in me. And if you can clear what's really going on, what you really want, what's really in the way, and connect to what you really want, then when you get it, there we go, when you get it, it goes this way, doesn't it? Yeah, from here, when you get it, then you'll have gotten what you truly want. Because there's so many people, right, that work really hard to get the house, the home, the health, or something, but they still have the problem. They didn't get what they really wanted. They left behind their family, they ignored their family, they did stuff that wasn't ethical, and yeah, they got the money, they got the lifestyle, they got the stuff, whatever they got, but they didn't get that true healing. So my hope is that everybody looks for that, because then it makes my job very easy, because then people will do the work. So I'd love to hear what you guys are really wanting. What would true healing be to you? And even if you write it to me, if it's that part that's like, oh, this is it, we'll feel it. I'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll know it. And if you don't stop until you get to that point, I see magic. My clients that do that and then go for it, big changes. So I hope this finds you well. We've got one more day to sleep here. I'm going to go out with my GoPro and take a video and some pictures of this place. It's fairly pretty. It's green. It's beautiful. There's green everywhere. It's like if there's the color of the Pacific Northwest is green. The evergreen state. So this is our place. We're about to take off. It was kind of funny this morning. I was like, wow, I'm not going to see this place. One more night sleeping here, and then we're just like, we're moving, but we're not sleeping here. Yeah, so I'll show you guys around later in a video. Look for that. It'll take a while to upload. And I hope you're having a great Friday if you're watching this live. And I will see you guys later.